Welcome to OWIMO Design. In this video we'll show you how to make decorative hearts that can be used as pin cushions or Christmas decoration. What you will need is different types of fabric, a pair of scissors, needle and thread, some buttons, some pillow stuffing, some lace, a pencil, and some needles and some thicker thread. First, take a piece of paper, cut it out to make a pattern for a heart, then put it on one type of fabric you're going to use for one side of the hearts, trace the outline with a pencil all around, and then cut it out. So for this, you will choose two different types of fabric, one for the front and one for the back. So this is for one side of our heart. Then take a pair of scissors and cut it out along the outline. Make sure you take your time and you're precise with this. We're almost done with the heart. Another trick, just fold it in half and then cut along one side and you have your heart shape. That's heart number one, front or back. Now we need another one. So again, take your pattern, put it on a different type of fabric. So this time we use the green felt. Trace the outline and again, cut it out. And again, you want to take your time, make sure you're precise. And there's our heart number two. Now take a piece of woven fabric and cut out one strip, just like so. And we chose a woven piece of fabric because we'll actually take some thread out of the back and front of it to make it more decorative. And this is how it will look like once we've taken a bit out. And this will be used as decoration on top of the heart. So now we have back and front and a strip for decoration. You can also use lace. You can actually use whatever you like. We also have little flowers. Those are patches or lace. So you can cut out a few flowers if you like. Use one or use as many as you want. Also, if you have fabric that is made of lace, you can also cut out one of the pieces. So this is all different flower patterns. And cut out the flower made of the lace, and now you can use that as well in your heart. So really there's endless opportunities for decorating this heart. Now take a piece of paper, fold it in half and cut out and draw a drop shape. Cut it out and now you make a smaller heart shape or a pattern. Again, put it on the felt, trace the outline with a pencil, and you're gonna cut it out. And make sure you do this properly. Sometimes it's easier just to keep the pattern right on top of the piece of fabric that you're cutting out. And cut along the outline. And now you can also use that on the one side of the heart. You can also use little buttons, such as though. Again, take a woven piece of fabric and cut out a strip. And it's the same as before. We're gonna take out some of the threads on either side to make it more decorative. So take out as many as you like. And then again, this is how it's going to look on the heart. So now we're layering the different threads. Now put both on top of each other, then measure the proper length for the strip, for each of the strips that we've created. Now this is how our heart will look like. So pin them in place with pins on one side of the heart. Using a sewing machine, sew it once across. Using a brighter type of thread, using a white thread. Now use the other strip and pin it in place, and we'll sew it on top as well. With your sewing machine, just sew it over the top once, from one side to the other. Now we're going to hand sew a little flower on top. And again, we're using the same thread, which is a white one. And make sure it sticks nicely. Don't try and go through the middle here, because the middle of the flower is red. Stick to the white parts. Okay, make a knot in the back. Cut it off, and here we go. So now we have the one side decorated. Now it's important that you put each piece on top of each other with inside out, because we'll sew them together and then we'll turn the whole thing inside out. So make sure the outside is actually now on the inside, and pin it all in place all around the heart. Now we're going to sew this together. When we're sewing this together, again, we're using a white thread, and make sure you leave at least 2 inches or about 3 centimeters on one side. Leave a little room on the edge here too, because we have to turn this inside out once we're done sewing. So make sure you take your time and you sew all around the outside of the heart. And there we go. We're leaving a little bit of room here because we have to turn it inside out right there. So cut out excess fabric and now turn it inside out. So use that little space that we left and just fold it all inside out. And take your time. And it's coming. It's a little tight. There you go. Leave a little bit more room, so easier. And here you go. Now we take some pillow stuffing and we stuff our heart with it. We actually used the pillow stuffing from an existing pillow, so no new materials were used here. These are all things that we had in the house. And stuff it as much as you want so it's nice and puffy. And a little bit more. Of course, you can make as many hearts and as many shapes and sizes as you like. So again, you can use this as Christmas decoration. Now we have to sew this together where we left the hole to turn it inside out and to stuff it. So make sure use a needle and thread, again a white thread, and sew it together. The last few stitches, and make a knot at the end and cut it off. And here we go, and use a needle just to pull it a little bit out on the seams. Now we're using a thicker thread for the top part so we can hang it up. So this could be a Christmas decoration or in a closet with some perfume on it. There you go. Now make a little knot in the top. Knot first at the bottom and then at the top, and now you have a wonderful decorative heart that you can actually hang up. And of course we've made a few more. This is actually another fabric for the back from an old pullover. This is the piece of lace we used before, and here you go. Wonderful decorative hearts, all with upcycled materials. Thank you very much for watching. For more upcycling ideas, please go to OWIMODesign.com.